Hi, my name is Ivy Starnes, and I'm a gaited horse trainer in Fort Worth, Texas. And today I want to share with you something that I rediscovered on my recent trip when I did a clinic in Iowa and then did other lessons in the Midwest. Now, one of the big things people struggle with their horses is breaking up the pace. Pacey horses are very difficult to get them to change how they move, and I want to tell you a way that I did years ago and then kind of forgot about, which it's so odd to think that something this simple and easy would be something I would forget, but it is. Before I get into that, which I will, I want to talk about one more thing that people have been struggling with. So many of my clients have been messaging me or coming to clinics, and I ask them, or they show me their horse with a specific issue, and I'm like, well, I have a video, have you seen it? And they say no, which is totally fine. I have a lot of videos out there, which brings me to my point. One of the ways that I help people is I try to put my videos all in one place. And at the same time, I try to have lots of free videos, but they are spread out. The answer to one question may be in this video over here or that video. So that's why I made this DVD right here. This is actually not just one DVD, though it looks like one. It's actually 6 discs. So you can see here, the colors aren't great, but there's 3 on that page and 3 on that page. And it goes through all the different gaits, head down, how to get head down, how to use head down to get gait, how to get 2 videos showing the complete training of how to get a pacey horse to go into a nice gait in just a few days. And disc 6 is 100 minutes on working with the trotty horse. So people may ask, you have all these free videos, why should I buy the DVD? It's a great question, and one that in the past I struggled to answer. The answer is everything is in here. That's why you should buy this. Not because it's better. Most of these answers are, not all of them, but most are in my free videos, but you have to watch all of them to get it, where this breaks it down. It's on sale for $99. The link will be in the description. There you go. There's my little spiel. It helps me able to keep making these free videos for you. So back to talking about the pacey horse. So many of you know that I advocate for head down, and then I advocate using ground poles to break up the pace. But some horses make using ground poles very difficult. Some horses, ground poles work great. They pick it up really well, but some of them don't. So what I have found works well is this. So first you have to train head down. You have to train head down at the walk and faster speeds, which incidentally my DVD talks about. Or you can watch the free videos, but it's all in one place on the DVDs. The next important thing is that if you do use ground poles, the horse can't hop over them. They can't rush over them. They have to keep the head down. And for some horses, this is very difficult. So what if you have a horse that likes to jump over the ground poles, or you don't have poles? What's easier? And actually, this method is actually easier than ground poles. Again, this is for the pacey horse, not for the trotty horse. So what it is grass. Using tall grass. And it does need to be tall. We're talking a couple feet on up to 3 and 4 feet. When a horse goes through the grass, they have to pick their front feet up more. And this breaks up the pace if the head is down. If the head is up, they will pace. And so I have a few video examples for you to watch, or 2, I think. One is this first horse, Kelly's horse, and he's very pacey. She's done a really good job getting head down. The horse is really well trained, but very pacey, and he hops the ground poles. He likes to stop and pop his head and go over them. He doesn't jump them or do anything super dramatic or dangerous, just doesn't go over them well. What I noticed is that when he did do them well, he gaited, but most of the time he didn't do it well. So I noticed that she had some tall grass, and so we took her horse over there, and when he put his head down, he had much better movement. Let's take a look. So here he is. And I don't have any before videos. He's very pacey. I was trying to get his head even lower than it is now. And that's something really important to remember, is the lower the head, the better chance you have of getting the horse out. Now right there, he did a couple really nice steps at the beginning. So we'll go back. So right as he goes out of the shade, right there was a couple very nice steps. And one way you can tell with this horse is his pace is very bouncy, incredibly bouncy. So the fact that he started to be actually just smoother is better. So again, this grass should probably be even taller. It looks kind of thick, but when you ride through it, it's not actually that thick. And again, I don't have any videos of him when he was actually pacing, but he's very, very pacey. and he was getting so much better by doing this. And it's so much easier to do this than to do ground poles. So again, this is hard to watch because the feet land at different times, but if you watch how the horse lands, you can see the back foot lands and then the front foot. And when he smooths out, so not when his head is up, when it's down lower, you can see I stop bouncing as much. That's why it's still really important to train a really good head down, because the lower the head, the better the horse is going to get out of that pace. These are all shortcuts. It's really important that when you get a good gait, you must stop and praise. The grass doesn't automatically fix it. What it does is it helps him move in a way so that he gaits, which starts to build that muscle memory, and then we have a reason to stop and praise. Here's another one. This is Shadow. This is on day 1. He's quite pacey, or actually this is on day 2 of working on head down. So he's less pacey than he was on day 1. Day 1, he was very high-headed. This is day 2, so you can already see that head going down. And instead of being just a dead pace, it's a stepping pace. I probably should have shown you day 1 because it's more dramatic that way, but here you go. This is day 2. A stepping pace, but it's still pretty bouncy. And if he gets any bit of speed, he does start to get, and right there, he's pretty pacey. He's already getting a lot of head down, but pretty pacey, pretty bouncy, not comfortable. And so here, this is still the same day, is we start taking him through this alfalfa. Now, I felt very bad for the alfalfa, but we did use it. And you can start to see that when his head goes down, you start to see that I smooth out and stop bouncing. When his head goes up, he starts getting more pacey. Okay, so let's watch that in slow motion. Here you go. Here it is. So see how that head comes up? I ask him to drop it, and I release the pressure there, asking him to soften. And you can see when his feet land, there's the back, there's the front, there's the back, there's the front. It's not a pace. It's not as smooth as it could be, but it's much, much smoother. And there the head comes up. This is why it's so important to have head down even when you're working on this kind of a thing or going through tall grass. You can't really cheat it. You have to do the head down before you do this. And so then here he is on the very last day. So you can see it's sunny out. So this is the 3rd day. You can see more of a head nod coming as he does more of a running walk right there. And keeping him slow was a beautiful gait right there. And then we're going to do another pass. Here it is. He's got to keep that head low when he puts it up. I ask him to drop it, and then I release. And right there is some beautiful gait. And then because of that, what we do, of course, is stop and praise. And so you can go ahead and use this. Now, I'm aware that not everywhere in the country or the world has tall grass, but most places do have access. Since the majority of gaited horses are west of the Mississippi or in this area, there's usually some tall grass that can be found, even if it's at a trail. And you probably don't have to do this for days and days, but it can really, really help get gait. Anyway, also, again, if you're struggling with things, remember all the videos, everything is all together in the DVD, which is actually 6 discs, and it's on sale for $99. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Let me know what else you'd like to see. You got this.